Hi, my name is Noshad. Some of you guys know me as Shubon, and this is my Spurs video podcast. I'm talking about Fulham Spurs game. I'm just going to do some player ratings, and then I'll do some more thoughts later. First of all, man of the match, Brad Friedel. 9, 10 out of 10. Could do nothing for that goal, and I mean he was giving us that calmness and that serenity for our centre backs that Gomez just really couldn't really do for us. Definitely 9 out of 10 for him, or if I could, 9.5 really. He was just that good for us. Walker, I'm going to give him 7 out of 10. He obviously gave us that assist, for the first goal. Got the cross in, showed good pace. Again, had a bit of trouble defending against the byline, even when he had a bit of help. He said, cross still came through. Something he has to work on, but I think 7 out of 10. Some misplaced passes, but he wasn't the only one, so yeah, 7 out of 10. Ledley King. This many controversial, I'm even 6.5. I thought he was good, made some important tackles, but there's something didn't seem right. I don't know if any of you other guys saw it. There was something not quite right with him. I don't know if it's an injury or something. Something didn't seem to fit right. Kabul, 5.5. He obviously could do nothing about the own goal, but I think for some hits, even beforehand, there was some poor marking by him. That's something he very much needs to improve. His marking isn't, I wouldn't say woeful, but it's something he really needs to improve. And the yellow card, we threw the ball away for dissent, and I think getting yellow cards for dissent, I think it's just stupid. It's just not necessary. It puts you under pressure. It makes you, especially if you're a defender, it makes your life a lot harder. Don't do it. Benny's, I call him Mr. 7. He's always solid. Maybe he's not spectacular. Sometimes he's spectacular, but he's always solid. Parker again, 7. He was solid. Could have shown a little bit more composure when he managed to break through, and I think getting that, it was a bit of a cut as well. He got from Sidwell, obviously not accidental, but that was a bit of a shot sort of thing. Maybe that should come up a little bit. Give him 7. Luka Modric, again, like King, he had some good passes, and there was one pass that's absolutely, one movement he does that I call the Luka when he moves away. Somehow there's two players sandwiching him, yet somehow he's managed to turn both and deliver a superb cross-ball pass. But I think, credit to Fulham. I mean, if my ratings are lower, it's not because, obviously we didn't play that brilliantly, but that's more because Fulham really came at us. So, 6.5. Aaron Lennon, definitely going to give him 7.5 for that. I think in the second half, him and Bale, and Bale I'm going to give 7. So again, 7.5 to off of Bale. Both played well in the first half. Second half, not so good. But I'm tempted to give Lennon an 8 just because he took that shot with his left foot. If you look at the way, I think it's Chris Baird, he's looking, he's thinking, Lennon's going to cut to his right, and he baits him, beautifully, drives it in with his left, comes in off the post, and past Schwarzer, nothing he can do. And even if you look at that first assist for Bale, if Schwarzer hadn't gone through, Adebayor would have crashed that ball into the net. So definitely, I'll be giving him 7 for that. 8 for that, and Bale 7.5. Adebayor, it was his vision that saw. It was a bit. I wouldn't say a vision. I think he asked a lot of Kyle Walker, but I think he held the ball up well. His movement was threatening. That first half, second half, it was a bit of a struggle, but he got the assist, somehow for JD. So I'm going to give him a 7. Van der Vaart, I think, the first half he played alright, didn't really quite come off. I don't know what it was. It just things weren't, that harmony wasn't there. But again, that's more due to Fulham playing very well rather than anything that. I'd rather say it was more Fulham playing really well. That's something we have to work on. Sandro, he was neat, tidy, which is what he's meant to do. I'll give him a 6 because he was just solid, not spectacular. And I don't, he didn't really do a huge amount, but he did tidy things up. And JD, I'm going to give 6.5. I'm going to say, well, he's got to go. You should give him 7, 7 or 7.5. I'm like, no. If someone tell me how, I honestly this, he didn't have that many touches in the ball that I could see that were very effective. Didn't really threaten, and until he popped up and scored, that is the job of a striker. I don't think he really threatened, and I don't know. Maybe it's my own bias against those kind of what I call box strikers that have to score But I think like Torres, like your Papagenkos, unless they're scoring, when they're in a rich vein of scoring form, they're like 12 men on the pitch. When they're always in the right place at the right time. But when it's when they're not scoring, he doesn't have. The rest of his game isn't as effective. That's just my opinion. But I would, if I was a Fulham fan, I'd be very disgruntled. I think Fulham deserve the point. And Luka Modric, was solid. I mean, obviously, cleared the ball off the line, but that was his job, and that's why you have defend. That's why you put players on either side of the post. So they say the mark of a good side is winning when you play badly. I don't think we played badly per se. I mean, I think Fulham were just very, very good in the second half. I think there's something. I think one of the guys at Spurs Odyssey who I met at the Irish Centre, he said very well that we're not used to holding leads. We can't really close out a game, and I don't think we're accustomed to actually being in the lead and thinking, you know what, this is our lead. You got to take it away from us. And even if you do, you're not going to get it. I think that will be the next step in our evolution. I think that's something. Hopefully we'll learn. It's not going to be overnight, but that's something we're going to have to learn at some point. But yeah, I think So and those are my shouts out to Spurs Odyssey. My shouts out to Spurs Forum.co.uk, and check the And again, please click on the ad links. I hope you will enjoy this, and I'm just going to show a big Eid Mubarak to all those guys that are celebrating it. Thanks a lot.